Hey guys, I'm the Berk and I do things, and in today's video I'm going to just do a almost tutorial type of video of the makeup I've been wearing pretty consistently for the last few weeks. It is a very low powder routine. It's almost fully non-powder products. I also find that it wears really well throughout the entire day, which is fantastic. Now some of these products are like what makes it last really long. Other products are just like more like a style of makeup I've been doing. You'll kind of see as we go through this, but this is like my fast, easy, everyday routine. Like I don't have time to be creative in the mornings. Like I have time to just like get it on and go. So this has been my like get it on and go, nice makeup look that actually like looks really good outside. Like I actually took Phoebe into a little baby pool and I had my makeup fully done and like we splashed and played in the pool, and like at the end of the day like my makeup was still like in really good shape. So if you guys are interested in seeing my current makeup routine, what steps I take, what products I've been using, then keep on watching. Let's go. So a lot of mornings I don't even really have time for skincare. So I actually have like a specific SPF I keep in this room for those mornings where I didn't have time to do my skincare. And literally all I have on today is my SPF and a lip balm because my lips were so dry before filming. I thought, we don't need to come on with crusty lips. So I have my Becca plumping lip balm on, and I do have this one in the shade Mist, which is the blue, which is almost completely out. That is all that's left. And then this is the SPF I'm wearing, the Murad Environmental Shield Essential C Day Moisture. For this look, I definitely would say you want to either be very moisturized or use some sort of hydrating primer, because for me, what we're doing needs some sort of a hydrated base for sure. So the first thing I do is I will go in with my Becca color corrector and just try to hide the fact that I don't get enough sleep. Just hit those dark circles, which I mean it really does brighten quite a bit just using the tiniest little dab of that. Now I go in with concealer. I am loving the Kosas concealer. This might be my current favorite. Now I wouldn't say it's the highest coverage, but it's very natural looking, and then I kind of spot conceal a couple places because I'm not going for optimal high coverage, which I feel like not going for high coverage has made my life a lot easier lately because I feel like the way I do my makeup without high coverage actually makes it last longer. So, yeah, I just like hit a couple spots. And then this is so authentic. This video, I really wanted to make it like authentic to like my real morning routine. I'm going to use all the dirty tools that I've been using, like my sponge, my brushes, because this is my life right now. If you had told me a year ago that I would be using dirty brushes and sponges, I would have been horrified. So welcome to being a mom. So I'm pretty sure this sponge was in my best of 2020, but this is the Haley's Beauty Sponge. And I kind of tap out those spots of spot concealing, and then I blend out under my eyes. And I do bring it onto my lid because that is going to be our primer. I'm going to be very honest with you. I cannot tell you the last time I put eyeshadow on. It's probably been more than a month. Eyeshadow is just one of those things that I don't make time for, because when it comes to doing my makeup, this is kind of the routine that I am able to do on repeat, basically nonstop without thinking, and eyeshadow takes way too much concentration for me and I just don't have time for it. You'll kind of see what I do with the eyes in a bit. Now, we're gonna use two products for the base and I'll show you what they are. I love the Fenty Skin Tint. It is perfect because since it is satin, I find that on my skin, which I have kind of normal to dry right now, but like breakout prone, this lasts so long because as my natural oils come in through the day, it actually makes it look better. And I feel like by the end of the day, my skin looks so much better. I also am very aware that I'm self-tan and my face is not tan enough. So I'll kind of show you how I manipulate that right now, because I have this in the lightest shade they make and I just don't want to buy another shade of it. So I'll show you how I kind of manipulate it. So I don't put much on. I kind of put a little on the cheeks and a tiny bit on the forehead. Like that's all I'm going to use. Maybe it looks like a lot, but it's not. I can't tell in the viewfinder if it looks like I put a lot on, but I didn't. And then I'm going to add some of this. So this is my number 7 Match Made Custom Blend Drops. I have this in the shade Cool Ivory. Is it the perfect color? I don't actually know. What I do is I'm going to take one little drop of it on my finger, and I just kind of add a little touch of it to the 3 places I put the foundation. I mean, this is honestly science here. The magic I'm making. And then I take the BK Beauty 101 brush and I kind of mix it all together and I blend it all out. I have tried using this with my hands because they recommend a brush for your hands, but I find that like a brush with like a really big surface area kind of works the best. Drag it down a little. I'm fully aware that it's still not matching my skin currently, but you'll see how I kind of manipulate it as we go through. But that right now is just the skin tint with the concealer and a little SPF underneath. Like it's not completely covering, like you can still see my like red spots and like my freckles, which is kind of what I am digging these days, which if you had said that a year ago, I would have been like, no. My skin was in a much worse place before and I'm starting to get it under control. But I feel like sometimes the second I'm like, oh my God, I'm starting to get it under control. The tables turn and I don't have it under control anymore. Okay, the next thing I do is I do go in with the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand because this is when I kind of start to manipulate and kind of bronze the outside of my skin. So it kind of looks like you'll see. So I do hit cheekbones. I do a little around the hairline and then I come around here where the self tanner actually is because I'm going to kind of blend it in so it kind of meshes better with the self tanner. Again, this is like a science experiment right now. I kind of just made this whole thing up. And now I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. airbrush stipple brush. And I just kind of tap it out. I try to make sure it really is blended into my hairline. And then I come down here and I kind of just blend all of this into the neck where it is tan. And then if there is anything else left on my brush, I do tap on my nose because I have found that making myself look like the color has come from the sun helps a lot. So the sun hits here, up here, and here. That's like how the sun works. So, science. This is just a science video here. I feel like you can see how obviously the inner half is still very bright. We kind of get to that at the end, but just like adding the little bit of contour kind of makes it kind of look a little bit more like the rest of my body, which I am working on a self-tan routine that's kind of mom friendly. I'm working on it because I don't have time for bronzing mousses anymore and I think I'm starting to get the hang of it. I mean, it's not perfect. It's not my favorite color tan, but I'm working on it. Now this is a part where I am going to bring in some powder. I need to set under my eyes. I try not to, and when I don't, it's a mess. So right now I am trying to unofficially pan the It Cosmetics by Pores Illumination Powder. It is literally like crumbles that are left. So this is what I'm personally going to use. It's not a powder I really recommend. I'm not really a big fan of it, but I'm trying to work it out of my collection. I'm going in with this Shayna B. Miami setting brush. This came in my Ipsy bag I got last month. And literally all I set is right here in the same spot on the other eye. I'm not going to set any other parts of my face, just right there. I will say, like I said, this is like not a full coverage look. So the Kosas isn't full coverage concealer, so like I still can see some darkness, but it's not the worst. That's all I'll say. I'd rather have a concealer that I feel like wears well and looks well than worry so much about the full coverage, because I feel like full coverage sometimes can just like look a whole different kind of way that I don't need to look. Okay, now for brows. This brow pencil might be my favorite find of the year. I don't know why it's so good, but it really is. It's the Maybelline Ultra Slim Brow Pencil. I have this in the shade Deep Brown. 10 out of 10, my new favorite brow pencil. It is the right stiffness and it wears all day. Like I don't have to worry about it like wearing off, which is fantastic because I've had way too many brow pencils that like, they're so creamy, they just like melt away basically. But this one is just so good. Something else I'm unofficially trying to pan is the Benefit 24-hour brow setter. This might be the oldest brow gel in my collection and I just I can't use it up for some reason. It seems like Mary Poppins bag sometimes because it never runs out. It's not really one of my faves, but I would like to be able to use it and say I finished it. Now I am going to go in with a powder bronzer. You don't really have to do this, but for me, since I am trying to really bring everything back together, I do like to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow Palette. I have the mini and I just hit pan on the bronzer this week. Very exciting. So this is a angled brush from BH Cosmetics. And I kind of go over everywhere that I had the contour just to add some more bronziness, since this is our like summer bronzy look. I'm just gonna kind of touch down here where we kind of trying to blend it into my self tan. I do have some self tanner, like facial self tanner on my face. It just, I mix it with my moisturizer so it doesn't bronze quite as much as the rest of my body. I can kind of play with it here. Or if I don't want to do makeup, I could use a tinted like sunscreen. I just don't have one on me right now. I'm thinking of buying the one from Bliss. It's $20 though, which is kind of expensive I feel like for Bliss. Maybe not, but I was just kind of hoping to find like a sale at Target or something. They did have their sunscreens, some sunscreens on sale this week, but that was not one of them. So I just got Phoebe sunscreen instead. Okay, so that part is bronze. Then what I do is I take the same bronzer and I take just a random fluffy brush. This is a Moda crease brush. And this is going to be our eyeshadow because it kind of works because it matches cheeks. Nothing like super fancy. It's just very much like back, forth, back, forth. And then just to add something on the lid, I typically just grab whatever. If I'm not using this, like I'll just grab a highlighter sitting near me just to like add something to the lid for contrast. Now for my eye shape and my eye type, I have found that wearing a very simple winged eyeliner helps a lot as far as looking alive and awake and not bringing anything underneath, and bringing attention to my under eyes basically is like the last thing I want to do. I want all the attention to kind of be like here. So I do a quick wing with my waterproof Physicians Formula. Now what I aim to do most days, does it work every day? No, sometimes the eyeliner has a mind of its own, but what I aim to do is not to go past my iris. So I kind of flick it out here and then I bring it in, but not past my iris. So it's only on the outer portion of my eyelid. I just feel like it makes me look a little bit more alive, just having the tiniest bit out here. And this is what lasts the longest I feel like on me, because I really need to go in with my cleansing balm at the end of the night to get it off. I mean, something I definitely don't have time for is really caring if they match or not. Like I don't have time for that. As long as like I kind of have wings, like I feel like we're winning. Then I go in and I very closely tightline right under where I have the wing. Right now I'm officially panning the Urban Decay Zero eyeliner. I don't know how many more sharpenings this has in it, but I can honestly say I've never really finished a pencil like this before, so I'm feeling accomplished. Now for something I haven't actually hauled on my channel, but I did buy another one of the Melt blushes, and I feel like this one really gives me the sun-kissed look. This is their Golden Hour shade. It is one of the shimmery blushes, but I just take the butt of a sponge, tap it on the high points of my cheekbones. Like that's where I focus the color, and then I start to blend it out a little. I don't bring it all the way in, and I'll show you what I do. So what I do is, like I said, I want to look like the sun kiss, like that sun kiss look. So I do hit it right here on the top of my forehead, and then I bounce a little down the bridge of my nose. And then so it doesn't look like too like eating my face, because I have a very round shaped face, so I try to be very particular of where I put blush. I take my foundation brush and I just kind of come in here just to blend the edges a little better, so it's not as like pigmented right here, because I don't want to look like I have like bigger cheeks than I already have. That's kind of how I've been doing the blush. And then even though I didn't really use much powder, I like to go in with a very dewy setting spray. So another thing I'm unofficially trying to pan is this Joa Selfie Ready Dewy Setting Spray. I actually got this from Influencer. It's fine, but you can totally use any dewy setting spray, and I just set the creams just to give us some extra dew. Now I'm gonna go in with my Maybelline Sky High waterproof mascara. I really want to get the regular just to compare, because I like this and I feel like the longer it's been open, I feel like the better it's gotten. I was very unsure of it when I first got it because like I thought it was good, but I didn't love it. But now that it's been open like quite a while, I feel like it is easier for me to use. But I still need to go in with like 2 or 3 coats, I feel like, which if I had my choice right now, I'd be using the Thrive Tubing mascara, but I have too many mascaras right now and I can't justify buying that one when I have so many. But I mean like this one versus this one, I mean like there's definitely a dramatic difference. But even though it's waterproof, like I personally find getting the eyeliner off more difficult than getting this stuff. I just go in with my whatever cleansing balm I'm using. Right now I'm using the pink one from Vanilla & Co. and I like it. And it gets everything off. So I have 2 more steps. I definitely like to use a lip gloss. I can't tell you the last time I've used something other than a lip gloss or lip oil. And I love the Queen gloss from the Oprah collab with Samantha Arch. So I'm gonna throw that on today. And then one of the things I like to do is just like kind of take the shininess away from the center of my face. So I like to mix the dim light and diffused light hourglass powders because dim light kind of helps with bringing it down the brightness of the middle of my face since that foundation is a little too light. So this actually helps like darken it the tiniest bit so it's not as bright. But I just hit those couple of spots and that is the full look. Like this is what I wear every day. Maybe I change the blush shade up occasionally, but I only have been wearing cream blushes. I really want to make a cream blush video, but I don't know what or how to make it. What kind of like collection type videos do you guys like? Do you prefer just like seeing the products? Do you like swatches? Do you like demonstrations? Like I really want to do something with cream blush because I'm having so much fun with it lately, but I don't really know what to do. So if you have any recommendations, I would love to hear them in the comments. But this is the everyday look. I would still say it's a little lighter than the rest of my body, but I feel like when I'm outside it still looks like fine and natural. And if I really wanted, I could get a darker shade of the foundation. I just didn't want to do it. So this is what it looks like. Definitely let me know though in the comments, what are your go-to like makeup products right now? Because I'm like in Groundhog's Day. I feel like I just come in and I do the same thing every morning. And I'm glad I found something that I enjoy doing because this makeup I feel like wears really well. It looks good in photos and everything. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I haven't done a video like this in a while. I definitely haven't done a sit down doing my makeup video in a while either. So hopefully you enjoyed this. And yeah, that is it for this video. As usual, thanks for stopping by my channel. If you're new here, click the subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. I have my Twitter and my Instagram down below. Give them a follow and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!